In our last video, we showed you what God said would happen before these wars, the signs Jesus gave in Matthew 24, nation rising against nation, famines, earthquakes, knowledge increasing, Israel at the center of everything. And many of you watched that video and felt something heavy in your chest, because the signs are real, the wars are real, the fear is real. But today, we finish the story, because God did not just warn us about the wars, He also told us exactly what comes after them. And what He promised is more powerful, more beautiful, and more certain than anything happening on this earth right now. Stay with me, because this is the part the world does not want you to see. The Apostle Paul wrote something extraordinary in the book of Romans. He said, "I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us." Romans 8, verse 18. Read that again slowly. Not worth comparing. Everything you see on the news right now, every war, every missile, every destroyed city, every family torn apart, Paul says it is not even worth comparing to what God has prepared. That is not a man minimizing suffering. That is a man who had been beaten, imprisoned, shipwrecked, and left for dead, telling you from experience that what is coming is so glorious, so beyond imagination, that everything we are going through right now will feel like a shadow. The suffering is real, but it is temporary. What God promised is eternal. The night before Jesus was crucified, He sat with His disciples and said something that has carried believers through every war, every persecution, and every dark season in history. He said, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God. Believe also in me. My Father's house has many rooms. I am going there to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you to be with me." John 14, verses 1 to 3. He said this knowing what was coming, knowing the cross, knowing the suffering, knowing the wars that would fill the centuries between His resurrection and His return. And still He said, "Do not let your hearts be troubled," because He was going somewhere to prepare something for you. That place still exists. It is still being prepared, and He is still coming back. The prophet Isaiah lived in a time of war, just like we do, and God gave him a vision of what comes after. Isaiah chapter 2 says, "They will beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation will not take up sword against nation, nor will they train for war anymore." Isaiah chapter 2, verse 4. Think about what that means for a moment. Every sword, every missile, every nuclear weapon, every tank and fighter jet and warship, all of it will be turned into tools for building and growing. The billions of dollars spent on weapons will be spent on feeding people. The soldiers will come home. The borders will open. The bombs will stop falling. Nation will not train for war anymore. Can you imagine that world? God can, and He promised it is coming. The prophet Zechariah, who wrote about Jerusalem being a cup of trembling for all nations, also wrote about what happens after the final battle. He said, "The Lord will be king over the whole earth. On that day there will be one Lord, and His name the only name." Zechariah 14, verse 9. Right now, the earth has hundreds of kings and presidents and prime ministers and dictators, all competing, all threatening, all fighting for power. But Zechariah saw a day when there is only one king, one name above every name, one ruler over every nation. And under that king there is no more corruption, no more war, no more injustice, no more weak leaders making decisions that cost millions of lives. Perfect rule, perfect justice, perfect peace. That is what comes after the wars. And then we come to the most beautiful passage in the entire Bible. Revelation chapter 21. The Apostle John, exiled on an island, saw a vision of the end of all things and the beginning of everything new. He wrote, "I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away." And then he heard a loud voice from the throne say, "Look, God's dwelling place is now among the people. He will dwell with them. They will be his people. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death, or mourning, or crying, or pain, for the old order of things has passed away." Revelation chapter 21, verses 1 to 4. No more death, no more mourning, no more crying, no more pain. Every tear wiped away by God himself, personally. This is what comes after the wars. This is what God has been building toward since the beginning of time. I want to speak directly to someone watching this right now. Maybe you are tired. Maybe the world feels too heavy. Maybe you have been watching the news and you feel like everything is falling apart and nobody is in control. I want you to hear this. God sees you. He saw every war before it started. He wrote the ending before the first chapter began. And the ending he wrote is not destruction. It is restoration. It is not darkness. It is a light so bright that Revelation says there will be no need for the sun anymore. The wars you are watching are not the final word. They are the last contractions before the birth of something eternal. Hold on. He is still on the throne, and he is still coming. This is Echo Hearts. We will keep bringing you the Word of God in a world that desperately needs it. God bless you. See you in the next one.